Good morning, everybody. It's 16th of April now, in the morning here in Cowra, and it's pretty bloody cold. Um, but I've had a few requests lately to find out what's been happening with me and Pamela and Marianne and everybody. And pretty much since Christmas, it's been down to me. I've been battling, seems one thing after another. First up at Christmas time, I had a blood pressure problem. Which was affecting my balance. And as I said to the doctor, it feels like I've just drunk 6 double scotches in a half an hour. I was feeling pretty drunk. But I wasn't drunk because I wasn't drinking. So, anyway, that sorted itself out in a week. And I went back to normal for over a month. But on the 6th of February was when the wheels really fell off. Basically what happened was I went to my volunteer job halfway through the shift, went to the toilet, and I was peeing blood. So I was freaked out, went down to the medical centre after the shift was over, saw a nurse, didn't see a doctor. All she said to me was, if it happens again, straight up to the emergency department of the hospital. So I went home. A couple of surprising things happened that day. First one was I peed twice more before 7 o'clock, which was unusual, but it was normal pee, no blood. Then at 7 o'clock I went to the toilet, blood. Stream of urine for about a minute and then a stream of blood. And I'm thinking, this is way too much blood. What I didn't know at the time was, and the doctor told me this, it's only about 10% blood. The rest of it is normal urine. If it had been all blood, I would have probably bled to death in 5 Ps. Not good. But yeah, so anyway, they sent me home with some antibiotics and one instruction, considering they said it was a bladder infection at the time. The instruction was, if you can't pee, return here immediately. And the part I didn't hear was the immediately. Because the next morning I woke up 6 o'clock, wanted to go to the toilet, went to go to the toilet, nothing came out. Not even a drop. I was like, whoa, hang on, this is not good. The Pam's got to go to school at 9 o'clock. So I hung around till 9 o'clock, by which time I was feeling like death warmed up. Went up to the hospital. They whacked a catheter in. The moment the catheter punctured the clot that was blocking my bladder, relief, instant relief. It was like, wow. And I basically squirted 500 mils of pee out in about 5 seconds. It's like high pressure hose. So that was a surprise. But again, it was full of blood everywhere. So anyway, I'm in hospital, in the emergency department. They decided about lunchtime to change the thin catheter for a thicker catheter, which they were going to use to flush my bladder out, which they did. Now this thing is the size of a knitting needle, like, that big, size of your little finger. That's how big it was. And it was uncomfortable. I admit. Anyway, they did it. 12.5 litres later, they'd flushed my bladder out and it was flushing clear. So we were good. Then they decided I had to stay in hospital. I stayed in hospital for 2 whole days. Got everything done. Got put onto heavyweight antibiotics because they determined by my medical records I haven't had antibiotics for 15 years. So I could probably take anything. So they put me on the heavy shit. And they said it was all done and dusted. I had the catheter in for 2 weeks, wearing a bag strapped to my leg to take the urine. And I had no worries because I asked them and they said, oh, no, when we pull it out, your bladder goes back to normal. I thought, okay, that's cool. I'm not worried. Problem was when they pulled it out 2 weeks later, my bladder didn't go back to normal. Oh, I should say the clot that was blocking my bladder exit was about 4 inches long. It was huge. Even they said, wow, that's impressive. So it was like, wow. So yeah, I got it out. And for the sort of week after that, I had no control of my bladder when I was asleep. When I was awake, I was fine. Asleep, not fine. So they introduced me to what I call nappy pants. Wonderful contraptions. They designed to soak up the pee while you're asleep. Problem is, I was peeing enough out to fill the nappy pants up in about 2.5 hours. So every 2.5 hours I'd wake up with a wet bum, like a baby, and have to change, which is very annoying. So that went on for a couple of weeks. Had a few more tests, did a few more things, and they managed to tell me one thing. I didn't have a bladder infection. It was never a bladder infection. Just what it is, they don't know. They haven't got a bloody clue, to be honest. Doctor referred me to a urinary tract specialist. Haven't heard from that person. This is like a month later. Haven't heard diddle squat from them. And after about 2 weeks, I started losing control of the bladder during the daytime. For no reason at all, it would just start peeing. No warning, no nothing. Just there it comes. So now I'm wearing nappy pants 24/7, and they're bloody expensive. They're about $2 a pop, and they only last an hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah, not good at all. And then to top it all off, 2 days ago, I was seeing blurred vision on my right-hand side, so I went to my optometrist, and he says, you've got a cataract. And now you've got to go to a specialist in Orange to have a cataract checkup and then a possible cataract surgery. So yeah, one thing on top of another. And at the moment, I don't have a lot of money because I just bought Pam's winter uniforms, and they're like $100 a pop. And she needed at least 2. So a couple of $100 for a couple of dresses. But that's got to be done, so it's got to be done. So that's what's been happening. As things progress and change and carry on and go on and upscale themselves, I'll let you know. At the moment, Pam has a head cold or flu or whatever, and she's given it to Marianne. Yeah. And yeah, so that's where we're at. So, other than that, everything's honky-dory. Everything's fine. Wunderbar. Okay? So you lot take care of yourselves. I think the reason why this has hit me so hard, more than anything else, is this is the first time, last time I was in hospital I was 20 years old. I'm 67 now, and I've just been in hospital again. So that's what it is. All right? Take care.